Nothing's changed with the camera. Weird. Okay, I'm not gonna touch it. Who knows why that's backwards? So I can't record while we stream. So is there someone maybe? Oh. All right. Okay. Yeah. That's the idea. If I have to switch cameras midstream, we'll lose it for a second. No, I have the charger. So that's what I use. Yeah, well, the charger itself has attached to the, you know what I mean? Like, it's an intermediate. No, they're all plugged in my classroom on the. Oh, yeah. Well, they stand. Bring in the case. I'll give you 2 full pins. Okay.
All right. What a beautiful sight. Eighth graders, you're shining. Welcome. Welcome, parents. So great to have you on campus again. After it's been a long year without you here, it's really more than wonderful to have permission to have you here. AST teachers, AST staff, AST board members, honored guests, and of course, most importantly, the eighth grade class for whom we're here today. Round of applause for the eighth graders. So while I appreciate all the parents and all the audience out there on AST live stream, my words are really for the graduates, as they ought to be. So hello, grade 8, class of 2025. You're about to be middle school graduates, headed for high school. But what does that word mean? What is a graduate? As humans, we communicate with language composed of words, and words evolve, formed by historical events that reshape them, just like we are shaped by our events. And it's important for us to know the roots so that the meanings can properly evolve into modern times. And some words, over the centuries, stay steady in their meanings. Graduate is such a word. The word graduate is a noun. It dates back to the 15th century, meaning one who holds a degree. And yes, you're here today to receive an 8th grade diploma, a degree saying that you have successfully completed all the requirements of kindergarten through 8th grade for American education. For that, we are all here today, parents, peers, teachers, administrators, and board members, to wish you a heartfelt congratulations, grade 8, you made it. The word graduate comes from the Latin gradus, a step climbs into a ladder or a stair. Figuratively, a step towards something, a degree of rising by stages, such as you have. Stages from primary school to elementary school to middle school, and some of you have been at AST since primary school, and now on to high school. Grad comes from the Proto-Indo-European language root gred, to walk, to go, just as you are now going on to high school. But to build on that, from the word graduate, we get to the act of what you're doing, graduation, also a noun, formed from the early 15th century. And it comes from alchemy, which I'm not sure if you know exactly what that means, but it means a tempering and a refining of something to a certain degree, as if you're refining a sword to make it sharp. The definition of temper is to treat so as to impart increased strength. And so your teachers did just that. They tempered you, 8th graders, to impart on you increased strength. An example of tempering is to take steel or another metal and to improve hardness and elasticity of it by reheating and cooling it, the way a smith would temper a sword while he's getting ready for World War I, for the big battle. Your teachers have tempered you to a fine edge where you're ready to take on high school. You are strong. You have skills. You have vision. In your speeches, science and humanities, you said bold and true words about what we as humans need to do to save the earth and to restore dignity and trust in humanity across the globe. I was deeply inspired by your words. I missed most of them in person, it's true, but at night I read most of them in Google Classroom. I heard your voices so well written express why your chosen topics were important for all of humanity. My hope for you, for us, for the world, is that you'll retain that passion for the cause you adopted under the tutelage and encouragement of Mr. Wheat, Ms. Wilson, and Mr. Almondi. My hope is that next year you will form a student council that will request bold changes in what is taught so that students may learn what and be inspired to address the current realities of xenophobia, gender equity, fisheries depletion, plastic's destruction of the earth, and all the other earth ills you spoke of. As you address such topics that many adults will tell you are too hard to solve, I urge you to hold on to the words of the Red Queen in the story Alice in Wonderland. She challenged Alice when Alice said something was impossible. And that's not unlike many adults who will tell you it's impossible to address xenophobia and other earth ills that you spoke about so passionately in your speeches. But to quote Lewis Carroll in Alice in Wonderland, Alice laughed. "There's no use trying," she said. "One can't believe impossible things." To which the Queen responded, "I dare say you haven't had much practice. When I was younger, I always believed in impossible things for half an hour a day. Why, sometimes I believed in as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast." And so I hope you believe in impossible things because they're not impossible, not with the strength and the vision and the courage that you have. So please believe in your vision for a better world as revealed in your speeches. As you enter high school, use that vision as your well-tempered sword, sharpened by the gifts of guidance and inspiration from your middle school teachers. Congratulations on your completion of middle school with not just skills, but also a vision for a better future. You are each special, a gift to the world. I wish you each a fabulous high school experience. Congratulations. I now would like to welcome Mo Lamrami, who's the chair of the local board of trustees, to wish congratulations to the class of 2025 on their transition to high school. Mo?
Thank you, Sarah. Wow, a lot of red around, Moroccan flag. So happy to see you all, so happy to be with you today. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome, proud parents, faculty, and staff. You achieved quite a challenging achievement this year and last year due to the COVID situation. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the ASTAN Board, and the 10-year Executive Committee, thank you very much for being with us today. We are gathered today to celebrate together the 8th grade of 2021, and we wish them very well. Congratulations. ASTAN Chairman, Mr. Mehdi Abdul Wahab, who is the chairman of the student alumni, has requested, who lives in Ottawa in Canada, by the way, has asked me to read this message from him, and I quote, Dear 8th grade graduates, the ASTEM Board of Directors is sending our most sincere congratulations to each one of you. You have successfully completed the first stage of your education and now ready to move on to high school. I remember when I graduated from the 8th grade in the old school building. That was not this one, but two buildings. And the excitement was to start the 9th grade at present school building, which is where we're standing today, which had just opened in 1963. That was in 1962, and I still remember it today, and I can tell you that 50 years from now, you will still remember this day. All the best for your high school studies, Mehdi Abdul Wahab. Congratulations to you all. Look forward for the coming 4 years to reach the class of, what's going to be 25?
2025.
2025, wow, that's congratulations.
Greetings. Welcome parents, families, staff, and of course, our graduating 8th grade class. In a way, no one knows what it's like to have accomplished what you've accomplished more than a member of your very own. So at this time, I would like to invite our reader of her student speech, Ms. Sumin Lee.
Good afternoon, parents, respected teachers, staff, and my friends. 2 weeks ago, our families were going to watch us virtually graduate. And now, we are all here. I am so pleased to looking out toward the audience and seeing the families here celebrating this momentous occasion for their children. My name is Sunil Lee, and I am an 8th grader of AST. I have not spent much time with my peers at AST, but in this short period of time, I have built deep friendships with my peers, and I have had numerous academic achievements. I think this time has become one of the best memories of my life, and I hope you feel the same way. It has not been the easiest 10 months, which is the time I spent in AST. And to be honest, it was a bit hard at first to adapt to an entire group that has been with each other for a long time. For 3 years prior to AST, I learned how to write and read English, but I never spoke it as much as I did this year. It was also hard to adapt to a different educational system and culture. At times, I felt isolated and lonely. However, I found that I was not alone. I had friends who always be there for me, always. I had teachers who supported me emotionally and academically, and my family was always by my side. AST community has supported me and encouraged me and my peers to do our best. The FOPAS trade has kept the students on the right track, and each and every one of us has been fearless, aware, leaders, curious, open-minded, noble, and self-motivated. Middle school is a challenging part of our development, and to make matters even harder, we worked through a pandemic. We should all be proud of ourselves for pushing through this time. It was not easy for anyone, but we did it, and we are here. grateful to represent my peers in thanking our teachers, parents, and our helpers in school, because without them, today would not be possible. For this next part of my speech, I am asking my peers and audience to congratulate the special people in our lives who helped us get to where we are today. As I call your name, please stand and be recognized by us. Miss Sarah. Thank you for building a warm, comfortable, safe nest for all of us to learn in. We were able to achieve because of the place that you have created for us. Mr. Griffin. Thank you for keeping our nest secure and safe. It was an honor to see your handsome face every morning checking our temperature. Now, I want to thank our teachers for guiding us and helping us learn how to fly. Miss Nada. Thank you for teaching us mathematics. Your lessons and questions supported us to think deeply and to learn complicated skills. Your passion for your classes made math interesting and pushed us to achieve more than expected as 8th graders. Ms. Kamnishi. Thank you for teaching us French. Merci de nous enseigner le français. Even though we only saw you twice a week, you helped us learn an important language that will open doors for our futures. Ms. Wilson. Thank you for teaching us English. Your various resources, materials, and activities were fresh and fun. Thank you for spending so much time on us and caring about us. Mr. Tin. Thank you for teaching us visual literacy. The projects that we did together were entertaining, and the experiences we had in class were unforgettable. Thank you for your great songs also. We will always remember your singing skills. Mr. Mondi. Thank you for teaching us science. Your humor helped us master difficult and unfamiliar topics, and you really helped us get a sense of high school life. Your gorgeous smile will always be remembered. Especially when you gave us hard questions on our test. Mr. Witt. Thank you for teaching us social studies. You taught us topics that could have been boring, but was never so, because you made us laugh and feel happy. Some of the funnest moments of the week happened in your class, and we will miss you so much. Miss Sena. Thank you for teaching us Arabic. We appreciate your encouragement and various materials and activities to learn the language. Ms. Teresa. Thank you for teaching us movement. Thanks to you, we could enjoy moving and playing. You always decorated our classes with new games, and we love the activities that we did together. Mr. Salazar, Mr. Gomez, and Ms. Downing. We would also like to thank you for your support and encouragement this year. शुक्रान लकली शख्सी में नाम लाफी AST. Tamen amir mesekum ukashukurukum pisat. Alan wa maladikum wa ala hadamentikum bikulea mushukum. And now, can we all please all give thanks to our families and parents for the endless support and encouragement. My peers, my friends, now let's take a moment and appreciate each other. Learning during a pandemic and being flexible during this time just shows how incredible and resilient we are. We should be proud of ourselves. We should be proud that we're members of AST. We should be proud that we overcame this hard situation and now we're graduating middle school. Today is an important milestone for all of us, and after this ceremony, let's celebrate. Everyone, I want to let you know this. We are Falcons in AST. We are fearless because we tackle any challenge. We are aware that our voice matters and we can change the world. We have been leaders through competition and cooperation. We are curious in everything we have learned. We have been open-minded to cultures, races, languages, and the experiences from others. And with the support and with our teachers and each other, we have become more noble. Finally, we have been self-motivated to continue toward academic and personal achievement, even during some of the most difficult times. Our next step toward high school will not always be easy. There will be obstacles in our way. We will fall down, and at times, it may be hard to get back up again. However, I encourage you to take what you have learned as Falcons and lean on the people and experiences from middle school that help protect you and move forward. You're all gorgeous, you're capable, and you're all valued. We learned how to fly in middle school, and now it's time to show the world that we're ready to rise up with our greatest dreams and fly even higher. I hope that everyone has a beautiful and safe summer. Let us rest, rejuvenate, and embark on our new journey in this world together. Thank you.
Beautifully done, Suman. Let's give another round of applause. Well, speaking of Falcons, Suman, that was a great segue. I want to say a few things to this class because you're really special to me. I didn't write anything down. And I don't want to take too long because I know a lot of people have been speaking, but I can't let today pass without saying something to you. You were my first 5th grade class as AST's music teacher. And I remember singing the song John Riley and seeing your faces like, oh, it was him the whole time. And then the following year, you were my first advisory, those of you who were in my advisory. Some of you were brand new that year. Your first year of middle school was also my first year starting in a leadership position at the middle school. So we in a way, we started in middle school together. And now here we are a couple years later, and I'm in more of a leadership position in middle school. You led the student body in the middle school all year, and you're about to go to high school. I'm proud of you. So let's talk about the Falcons traits before we give some special things away. The Falcons, you hear them all the time, and when I was your age, if I heard Falcons, I'd be like, I get it, but, sounds just like, okay, fearless, aware, leaders, curious, open-minded, motivated, or whatever. Adults want us to be good students with pay fun. But we didn't just choose Falcons randomly. Those qualities really matter to us, and I hope they matter to you too. You have been Falcons in so many ways, and I'm going to start backwards. Because when I think of your class, I think of self-motivated. You were one of the most self-motivated classes in the entire school. You care about school. You want to do well. You want to learn. And if you don't do well, you want to do better next time. It's easy to let somebody else try and motivate you, but you are self-motivated. You are noble. Noble means having a sense of integrity, doing the right thing. Now, we all make poor decisions from time to time, but you are not your decisions. You are more than that. And noble means what's on the inside. And I know, having known you since you were in 5th grade, that deep down inside, every one of you is indeed a noble person with integrity and a great sense of right and wrong. Open-mindedness is our O. And we all have times where maybe we aren't so open-minded because it's easy to just stick with what we already know and already believe. But after listening to your humanities speeches and your science presentations the past couple of weeks, it was confirmed for me that this is quite an open-minded class, willing to consider a lot of different perspectives. What comes before the O? The C, right? C is for curious. Curious and self-motivated, to me, are very similar. In order to be self-motivated, like wanting to do well because you want to and not because somebody else tells you you should, you need a natural curiosity. Because that's what sparks you to take self-motivated action. You wonder, why are things this way? What if we did it that way? What would happen if? How does this work? Questions like that. I watch the way you debate each other, sometimes appropriately, sometimes not so much in the classroom, but at the end of the day, it's coming from a place of true curiosity. It's easy to not care. But to wonder why is admirable, and that's what you do. L is for leadership. You have shown grades 6 and 7 what it means to be all of those other things that I just mentioned. And for that, we are grateful, because they have big shoes to fill, and I'm confident that having seen you walk in those shoes, they'll be able to do it. A is for awareness. Awareness takes many different forms. When you're a little kid, if you maybe remember in KG doing PE and things like that, awareness starts with just your body. It's, where am I in space? Can I walk without bumping into somebody else? Can I walk in a straight line? Some of you still need to work on that. But we're here as adolescents, as young adults, whose awareness now expands to not just where am I physically in space, but who am I in my community? Who am I in my town, in my country, in the world? Who am I going to be? What role do I play? And how do my actions and decisions and words affect not just the person standing next to me, but people all over the world? And you're starting to become aware of the impact that you really can make if you put your mind to it. So that brings us to the top of the list. The F stands for 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Now I saved this one for last, not just because I was going backwards, but because fearlessness is what puts all of the other things in motion. And it wouldn't be an address to your class for me without a call to action, right? You know Mr. Griffin's not just going to be like, you guys are awesome, see you later. No, you guys are awesome, now do this. Fearlessness is a bit of a misnomer. It doesn't mean you are fearless like you don't have any fear. It means courage, and that means you're afraid but you do it anyway. you can't show the world and impact the world and inspire them to be aware, leaders, curious, open-minded, noble, self-motivated people without the fearlessness and the courage to get up, to be yourself, to speak your truth, and to step forward and change the world. That involves making mistakes. Remember that mistakes are opportunities to do it better next time. I told you earlier in this talk, you are more than your decisions. You are more than your mistakes. That is not who you are. If you make a mistake, who you are is how you respond to mistakes over and over again. So I encourage you to have the fearlessness, the courage to continue on and set all of those other Falcons traits in motion. I am proud of you, I will miss you, and I'm confident that you will do just that, Grade 8 Falcons. I would now like to invite our middle school division leader, Mr. Patrick Salazar, to the stage to help me give some Falcons awards.
Mr. Salazar, can you grab that green folder?
So I just told you all how wonderfully you've demonstrated these Falcons traits. There are a few people that the middle school teachers have decided have demonstrated these traits exceptionally. And so the first award goes to a student, an 8th grade student, who has shown fearlessness no matter what the other people were doing, no matter if she felt like, maybe this is something I want to do or don't want to do. She had the courage to just say, you know what, I'm going to get out of my comfort zone and I'm just going to do it. If it's movement class, if it's humanities class, I'm going to embrace all of these activities and see what I can learn from it. So the Falcons Fearless Award goes to Noor El Shahed.
Okay, so we're going in the right order this time. So now we're going with aware. This person I had the pleasure of teaching of, as most of these people in 6th and 7th grade, and also working with this year. Somebody you can just tell out, whether it's out at the playground or the field in their classes. Someone who's considerate, aware of others, aware of their place in the world, and has a great perspective. Somebody who's achieved a lot at school, and I think his classmates would agree with me in that. And so congratulations to the award for awareness to Mr. Ali. I'm sorry,
So the next award goes to our Leadership Award. This person exudes leadership every time he walks into school just by the way that he is dressed. He is the only person who consistently every single day wishes me a great day. And sometimes I even try to beat him to it. I'll say, good morning, and I'll take their temperature, and I'll try to say, every day I got you first. He is poised, and he's very influential over his peers in a very positive way. The Leadership Award goes to Ilyas Kideben. Our next award is the Curious Award. I love the questions that this student asks. This ties into fearlessness a little bit as well, but she's courageous enough to be curious. She's not afraid to ask questions, not just academically, but questions about social life, questions about things that are going on in school, just because she's wondering them. She is the type who, if she makes a mistake, like we all do, she's completely happy to just pick herself up and be curious enough to figure out a new way to do it, and always does better the next time. I'm proud to present the Curious Award to Manuela Farid.
This next person is the type of student that I think all of her teachers would agree inspires us to be a better person. Certainly I've become more open-minded through getting to know her. Somebody that's just an important person for the class, doesn't have a judgmental bone in her body, wants to understand and know each person, where they're coming from, in the least judgmental way possible. We're so pleased that she's part of this class, and her character is going to take her extremely far. I'm really happy, open-minded. The award goes to Asiya El-Kabir. I might have to give away who this is through my description of this person because, thinking about him when he came in 6th grade, not really knowing English, period. And I have to say a quick story about him in my first day of class, getting to know the kids, trying to test out who's listening, who's not, what's going on, who's going to be a troublemaker. I thought this guy, he's not listening to anything I'm saying. He's not doing what I'm doing, or asking them to do it all. Like, what is his problem? And it wasn't until I went and spoke to him after and realized that he was new to AST and this is his first day of English-speaking classes. And so to come as far as he has, somebody has to be noble. Somebody has to have a high character to do that, in addition to just having an excellent mind. So again, really proud of this person. Came so far in his 3 years here. We're all super proud of him. Mr. Owner Doe.
And our award for self-motivated goes to a student who took self-motivated to the next level this year at ASD. I've never seen, frankly, at the middle school level, self-motivated to this degree. I'm probably going to give it away, but this particular student has spent countless hours going above and beyond in every subject. Learning is at least at the level of her peers, having not studied under this system, having not studied ever the foreign language or the world languages that we learn here at ASD, going above and beyond in core subjects, studying to reach higher grade levels, all in her own time. You heard just how self-motivated she was to put together that beautiful speech. Congratulations, Ms. Sumini.
I feel bad.
Thank you, Mr. Salazar, for your help with that one. Give Mr. Salazar a hand. I'd now like to welcome Ms. Putnam back to the stage. We have some special people we need to say goodbye to. Yeah. So as our students and families and staff are likely already aware, 2 of our cherished middle school teachers will be leaving AST this year. Mr. Wheat. Mr. Wheat will be heading back to the US, to North Carolina to meet his fiancee, live in their home. Mr. Wheat has brought fun and innovative ways to teach humanities and history to our middle school students. I will certainly never forget the Weapons of Opportunity PowerPoint, and especially the World War I reenactment on the field. That was all Mr. Wheat. Mr. Wheat has also formed really strong relationships with our students. A lot of them have confided in him, were able to joke and banter with him and just really feel at home in his classroom and safe to be able to express themselves, to ask questions. And without teachers like Mr. Wheat, our students, like our 8th grade students, don't have the platform to embody those Falcons traits. So, Mr. Wheat, if you'll come up to the stage, please, and accept the gift from us. On behalf of all of AST, Mr. Wheat, we thank you. And our second middle school teacher who will be leaving us will have to make another walk to the stage in a minute. Sorry to give you a workout. Mr. Salazar. I can say with confidence that, and I know I don't just speak on behalf of myself, that Mr. Salazar has made a lot of us, if not all of us, better teachers, more conscientious educators, more considerate of systems, of the way that students perceive their experience here. It's really easy when you're planning things to think of how things are all going to line up. And Mr. Salazar was always the voice of, let's make sure that we have things that are really engaging and enjoyable for the students. That school is a place that's joyous to come and learn at. Mr. Salazar is always aware of how different situations might affect different people, whether it's teachers, administrators, students, families. And his expertise in planning math and in student engagement, lesson planning, have been just absolutely paramount and crucial for the development of middle school teacher team. He's led us this year as our division leader and has bestowed upon K through 8 mathematics planning curricular knowledge that they will carry on as we continue to develop everything from kindergarten through grade 12 math, and of course 6 through 8 everything. Mr. Salazar, will you please approach the stage? Mr. Salazar will be leaving for Germany to meet his partner and to continue teaching there. On behalf of AST, Mr. Salazar, wish you the best of luck for the event. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for.
So go across.
The moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to walk across the stage. It's time to grab your diploma. It's time to take that official token that says, hey, I made it through grade 8 and now I'm ready for high school. So this is kind of the last step in this first part of your journey, this school education, pre-university, pre-adulthood thing. This is a big deal. So I want you to know how proud we are of you. I want you to know that those of you who are here at AST next year, we, your middle school teachers, are still here. Please come say hello. Please tell us what you're up to. And if you're not here next year, please send us emails, let us know how you're doing. We really, really want to know what kind of impact you're making in the world. and just how your lives are going, because you're all wonderful, beautiful individuals. So without further ado, let us commemorate the class of 2025's grade 8. When I call your name, please approach the stage and receive your diploma. I worked on these name pronunciations really hard, parents, so please be gentle. Mohammed Amawi Garib. Ryan Ayub. Mohammed Amin Ben Hashim. Bilal Ben Hamouche. Tarek Ben Elfi. Ismail Ali. Riyad Shuaib. Sirin Malik Din. Onur Doğan. Nur El Shahadi. Aya El Habdi. Asiya El Kabir. Zakaria El Qashtur. Julia El Moussaoui. Taha El Wahid. Saad El Wazali. Elías El Batman. Elías El Padilla. Daryl James Henry. Elias Edelman. Manuela Jarillo González. Luis Jiménez. Sumin Lee.
Hi, Suman.
Jad Benedi. Noor Naeem. Ali Ruggieri. Sam Houtenhuis. Yusuf Salha. Mariam Shadid. Lina City. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the future class of 2025. Now I'm going to turn the podium back over to Ms. Sarah for some closing remarks.
Ooh, well, again, congratulations, class of 2025. You made it to high school. Way to go! for fun of it, you know, at the end is, I think you ought to toss your caps. So there's not much to say left in closing. I think all the beautiful words have been spoken. I don't think we could adore and be more proud of a group of young people. Parents, so glad you were here today. Thank you so much for your support every day, all year, after all the years. Thank you so much. All right, you did it. You're now officially high school students. Congratulations. All right, you're free to go. Enjoy the summers.